Okay.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the 10-Minute Book Talk, where three best-selling authors talk all things bookish with you for 10 short and sweet minutes every week. I'm your host, Rachel Linden, and I'm joined by my exceptionally fabulous co-hostesses, Marie Bostwick and Katherine Reay. And today we have a friend and a fabulous author who we always enjoy interviewing, Sheila Roberts, to talk about her new book. Here's the adorable cover. It is so popular, Sheila has no copies to show us because they're all in the hands of influencers, which is awesome. So now it's on my phone, but this is the cutest cover. Look, like
Oh,
window
cute.
shades, the man next door, and there's like a little nod to Rear Window. And I think this is a little bit of a departure for Sheila. So we're really excited. It's an adorable concept, and I'm excited to talk about it with her. So Sheila, welcome back. And can you tell us something about the man next door?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy to be back with you guys. You're like three of my favorite people to talk with. And I just wish I could, like, if I planned my own neighborhood. Did you ever do that way back when you were younger? I would imagine, and so would live here, and so would live here, and I would have us all on the same street. But you guys, well, that might not work because I always want you guys to be out playing instead of writing. So it's a good thing we don't live together. But anyway, let's move on to this talking about the book. I am really excited about this book. It's just such a fun one, and it was inspired. I thought it would be really fun to rewrite the movie Rear Window, the Sheila version. And I thought, what would happen? And I tend to be a little bit on the nosy side anyway, so it wasn't hard to imagine a nosy neighbor. Well, writers are all nosy, aren't we? I mean, don't you guys? You can't deny it. You're nosy
Totally.
too, right?
Oh, we're all
So,
nosy. You're always like, oh, tell me more about that. I
yeah.
might put it in a book. Oh,
I might read
absolutely.
this for a book, and so I thought kind of what would happen if we have this woman and this kind of nosy lady, and let's give her a daughter who is gone through marriage fail number two, no fault of her own on either of those, I must say. And she's broke, she's got to come up with the college money that her husband he raided the account, and all kinds of bad things have happened to our poor heroine. They just broke. He had a little bit of a gambling issue. And anyway, so she's broke. She's got to move home with mom. And lo and behold, mom is out there. She's going to do a singles cruise. I'm going to find Mr. Right. And she's out there doing the Cupid shuffle, and she falls and breaks her leg. And this is something I would do. My Cupid shuffles are turning more into shuffles than dances these days. So I can identify. So Louise, my little nosy mom, and here she is with a broken leg. And here's the hunky new neighbor who's moved in who might be just perfect for her daughter. And oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Maybe he's not so perfect. He's a little mysterious. Oh my gosh. Who's this woman who showed up? He sounds a little violent. We could hear major fighting going on over there. Where's she gone? Did she disappear? Did he bury her in the flower bed? And so it just goes on and on and on. And, with mom. And meanwhile, here's daughter going, no, I can't be attracted to a murderer. No, I can't be attracted to a murderer. So it's just kind of a fun book. I had a really good time writing it. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
I love it.
Sheila version of Rear Window. I love it.
Yeah, I know. My question was going to be about where you got the idea, but now I know where you got the idea. So, but I want to know. So, okay, Rear Window is way different than a Sheila Roberts romp.
This is Sheila Roberts Rear Window.
Right. So, but like, talk to me. So are there connection points? Are there things that you took from the movie that you kind of, so is it like little Easter eggs? Tell me about that. Because I think that sounds like so much.
It really did. Because Rear Window, of course, you know the plot from that. We've got the guy who's laid up with a broken leg. He starts spying on the neighbors and he starts seeing things. In the case of Rear Window, what he sees is really scary. And my book doesn't ever get quite that scary, but I just loved the connection of I'm laid up, I'm a little bored. And in this case, this lady, she's a true crime addict. She loves all those shows. She's got quite the active imagination. And when you start spying on somebody, it's very easy to jump to conclusions. So it's like Ruinda in that she's laid up in bed, she's spying on the neighbor, and oh my gosh, this is all going to spiral out of control. So that was kind of my inspiration for. I thought it would just be fun to do a takeoff on that book and see what would happen if this, if you're laid up with a broken leg and you're spying on the neighbor, how can that end up working out?
Okay, so when Jimmy
I think
Stewart,
it's interesting though oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just think that's really interesting what you said about like how our imaginations, how we can see something and misinterpret what's been said. I think that's really an interesting thing. I just have to tell this quick story. When I was in college, the wife of a professor saw me and told people that I was a drug dealer because she saw me exchanging money with someone. I was lending money to a friend who really needed it, and I didn't want to embarrass him, so I took him away off where people wouldn't notice, and I was lending him money. This college professor's wife spread the word around campus that I was dealing drugs. Police. So I think this is a very good point.
Wow. Okay, this is
Me,
fun.
of all people.
That's amazing.
So anyway,
You
so
of
I
all
just
people.
thought, yeah, but we jump to conclusions sometimes. So I think that's kind of a bigger theme. Okay, I'll be quiet now. I know that wasn't my thing, but it was
It's a good story, though.
I was thinking about, the Sheila Roberts version of this, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got Jimmy Stewart and I've got the gorgeous Grace Kelly, but you have got a mother-daughter combo that I am sure the sparks fly. I am sure that there is a fabulous dynamic between these two women. Can you share with us a little bit about the mom and the daughter and what the daughter might think of all this, and how's that going to go?
Well, and this mom and daughter do have a really good relationship. We have three generations here. We have our older mom, who's just very sweet. She's a bit of a ding dong, kind of like there's a lot of me and Louise. And so we've got her, we've got the daughter. She's always been a good mom and supportive, and they do have a good, close relationship. There's a bit of an issue with our younger generation daughter because she was really impacted by the bad things that happened in her mom's marriages. And so there is definitely a little bit of some resentment there. And those two generations have some things to work through as the daughter comes to realize, there are still people out there you can trust. I mean, it's very easy to jump into relationships and think, up here on the surface, that person looks fabulous. And maybe they are, maybe they change throughout the years. You think you're getting a good deal and all of a sudden everything blows up in your face. And I know I remember talking to someone about how difficult it can be for children of divorce who have witnessed that. It can be very, very hard to trust, and so we do have that issue going on a little in the book. But as with all my books, I always try to make sure that, yeah, there is an underlying message here of you can conquer this obstacle. And in the case of my heroine, Zona, she has got to rebuild her finances. She's got to rebuild her life, and she's got to learn to trust herself again. And I think for many of us, that is often the case, as women. It seems like always at some point in our life, we are hitting restart, but the good thing is I do believe that we have got that inner strength. And if you get the proper guidance and help and supportive people in your life, you can hit restart. You can overcome your obstacles. So that's kind of the underlying hidden under their message, I hope, in the book.
Oh, I love that. Well, this is just, it feels like such a delightful romp. It feels like it's going to be entertaining. It's going to, really grab your attention. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. And there's that little mystery angle, which is just, I think, kind of new for you. I don't think you have it in your other books. And that's just enjoyable too.
I tried in my mystery once. Years ago, I rewrote that thing. I think it was 7 different times, each time with a different bad guy. I thought, I can't do this. It's like mysteries are hard to write, So it's just like, that is not in my wheelhouse. I wish I could. I wish I could write those fabulous, deep, complex books, but I'm just not a complex girl. There's the bottom line.
Well,
that's true, but I think
not true, but you know what you're good at, and you're really good at it, and you deliver heart and laughs. And I think this is just going to be fabulous. I'm so excited. I know that we're doing events together, and I'm looking forward to it. So, okay. So, I forgot to ask you the last question. Sheila Roberts, what is bringing you joy today?
Just, a couple of things. I read some really interesting things and got some profound wisdom, did my little morning quiet time. So I got the day started right. And so that made me happy. And then this is going to sound very sucky uppy, but just talking to you guys. There's nothing more fun than having a chance to connect with your buddies. And I tell you what, that's another thing I'm so big on, women's friendships. We need our girlfriends. We need our friends in our lives to help us and keep us going in the good times and in the hard times, And I still remember one of my many career crashes, my buddies, Susan Wiggs and Joe Barnett, helping me out. And I was at Susan Wiggs' house and I'm like, life is over. And they gave me chocolate and champagne. And pat him in and
Oh,
said, it'll be okay. You know, you're going to be okay. And you're going to rise above this. And sometimes we need that. So everybody out there, let's keep hanging out with our girlfriends. Let's keep hanging out with the family members in our life who can encourage us. And let's all help each other rise, just like you guys do with the 10-minute book talk. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
oh,
Thank
Sheila.
you.
Well,
We love
thank
it.
you so much. It's always a joy to be with you, and we are so excited. So here's The Man Next Door. If you are looking for an engrossing, cozy mystery, some romance, some intrigue, mother-daughter relationship, and the question, what is happening with Man Next Door? You want to grab this book immediately. It will not disappoint. We know that it's going to leave you feeling enlightened. You're going to laugh, and you're going to really enjoy and feel like you got hugged by Sheila. So go out, grab The Man Next Door. Thank you so much for being with us, Sheila, and thank you all for joining us on the 10-minute book talk. We hope you'll join us next week for more 10-minute book talk fun. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
See you then.